Hey guys, Scott Blanche here. I want to use this video to show you how to do push-ups and what some of the most common errors are with push-ups. First, I want to show you what people typically have a problem with. You know, push-up is great for developing the chest and toning up the shoulders and the triceps. Most people, especially if you're a former athlete or a beginner, have a hard time doing push-up, and here's usually what people do. People sometimes believe when you do a push-up that you need to do them from the knees, like the old, like in the female gym class. And I've got a lot of, our membership is comprised of like 60% women, 40% guys, depending on the evening or the morning when you come. You see them oftentimes do it like this, okay? And the theory here is if you can do this knee push-up, or even worse is this one here. That's about as productive as sleeping. No offense, okay? The problem with that push-up is you're never going to be able to get the strength to go from that push-up to the real. I consider this a real push-up. I don't know if you're a push-up expert watching this, but this is good enough to come to my class. So that in mind, some people go, wow, well, if all I can do is that one from the knees, and I can't do the regular one, how am I going to get there? And here's the first mistake. People believe that in order to do the good push-up, or what I consider the proper push-up, that they need to be able to do one. And the thinking is logical, right? You think, okay, well, I'll just come out and do one push-up, and then maybe struggle with the two push-ups. But what happens is they come out and they can never do one good push-up. Here's usually what happens. People come out and they go, already they start to tremble. And they go like this. They put their butt way up in the air, and they go, and then they do one of these. And they never get the strength because they don't get the most important part of a push-up. We all know the most important part of anything is considered a foundation. Check this out. I wouldn't even call it the foundation. I'd call it the framework, or the frame of a push-up. Here's what I'm talking about. I'll face you guys this time. In order to do one push-up, I would suggest that you start like this. You put your hands out wide over your shoulders, okay? Most people try to do it this way. They have their hands here, and they have their feet here. And when they put their hands here and their feet here, they feel very, very stable in this position. The problem is, once they start to bend their arms, they don't have enough strength to get back up. So what happens, they go down like this, and they simply collapse. What needs to happen is the hands have to come a lot farther apart. And then you have to stand this way with your feet out. And the problem that people have with this is they think, oh my God, if I go down, I'll never get back up. Because just holding myself here is a challenge. And they go from here, and they collapse. So here's the secret. You start with your hands really, really wide. But you do what I call an SRP, strong range partial. And this works with every single person. I don't care how overweight and out of shape they are. Eventually, they can get a full push-up. So here's what you're going to do. You start with your hands wider than your body, because this allows you to use your chest, your shoulders, and your triceps, right, to pull off a push-up. And you simply go this far. You first practice this. Maybe hold it 5 to 10 seconds. If your core feels weak and you have to give up, that's fine. Let's suppose you have your hands like this, and you start to do this, and your body gives out, then that's fine too. But you practice staying here for 10 to 15 seconds. Once you're able to hold this position, here's your next goal. Your next goal is to come out and hold the position, and then maybe move bend your arms like I say this much. So now what's going to happen is my elbows only go out slightly, and you'll do this. You may only be able to get this 10 or 15 times. The biggest mistake people make is they get a little bit of this, they say, that doesn't feel like much, and then they bend farther, and then they struggle to get up and they hurt themselves. So, what you do, first 10 reps, you do like this, and you do not go farther. Then you come out, maybe after a little rest period, a minute, 2 minutes, a few seconds even, or maybe a couple of days, and you try to get another 10. Not going any farther, just building up some strength. Once you get 10 or 15 of those strong range partials, you go a little farther. By a little farther, I literally mean a little farther. Let's say you get this. 10 times, no problem. Doesn't look like much, but really the whole time, my gut is tight, my butt is tight, my core is tight. I'm developing the foundation to hold my body weight in the push-up frame. Then, your next level of depth is this. A little farther. Notice how I'm still not going even halfway. And then, what will happen is one day, you'll simply come out to my class or whenever you're on your own doing push-ups, and you will be able to do what I consider one correct push-up, which is where your body comes down, makes sort of like a box, from my hand to my elbow, across my other elbow, my shoulders, back to my other hand, and you'll come back up. You'll have no problem doing a regular push-up. Okay, so that's my, I guess, I don't know, 5 or 6 or 7 steps to doing a correct push-up. If you stay tuned in this video, my next video right after this one is an advanced version of push-ups on rings that I shot like about a month and a half ago in the summer when I was a little bit leaned out and eating a lot healthier. Until next time, do your push-ups, do them like this. If you have friends who can't do push-ups, show them how to do it like this, and tell them that the gym teacher push-up they did in the female gym class isn't the one that's going to get them where they want to be. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next class.